Here, welcome to all my dear students. Myself, Dr.J.K.Sali. Today, we are going to learn Chapter 2, Office Organization and Management, and topic, Principles of Office Organization. So, let's start with the new topic, Principles of Office Organization. Definition of Office Organization. Organization is a group of people who are cooperating under the direction of leadership for the accomplishment of a common end. In this slide, now we will discuss principles of office organization. The first point is principle of objective. The organization of office is a continuous process. It should not be right or fixed. It should be flexible to the changing objectives because the great variety of organization in existence. However, there are certain principles which have more or less universal application, and they use as guidelines for organizing an office. This objective of an enterprise should be clearly laid down. Within the enterprise, and there should be unity and uniformity in the policies and objectives of the different departments that every part of the organization, and they including the office to the attainment of these objectives. Thereafter, next point is principles of interrelated function. Organizations no longer have mutually exclusive functions and rather integrated functions. This area, for example, sales, production, finance, marketing, and personal, interrelated. The interrelationship of the functions, the objective of functions must be consistent of other functions. Similarities, the varieties activities should be used as the basis for determining the functions. Otherwise, coordination between the activities will be seriously. Thereafter, next point is principle of definition. The responsibilities and the duties, authority and relations of everyone. Organizational structure should be clearly and completely defined. Individual will a task in a given period when the responsibility for the task is fixed upon the individual. Next point is principle of work assignment. This work assignment for each individual in the organization, and they should be taken into the consideration a special strength of the individual. That means individual should be given an assignment with his ability and interest. Next point is principle of span of control. Maximum number of employees or subordinates they can be supervised effectively is known as the span of control. This control should be limited, reasonable number according to circumstances. Principles of office organization. Next point is principle of unity of command. The core of this principle is that a man can serve only one boss. It means that instructions and directions to be subordinate to come from one person only. Subordinate must have one superior to whom he should be answerable, and in avoiding the command and the fixing responsibility. Thereafter, next point is principle of chain of authority or the scalar principle. The chain of authority or command refers to the formal specializations and specifications. Who reports to whom within organization? The chain of authority must be clearly defined for sound organizational. Every subordinate must know who is superior and to whom policy matter his own authority. Thereafter, next point is principle of commensurate authority and responsibility. According to this principle, an individual is responsible for a certain task. He should be given that the authority to carry out task without commensurate authority and responsibility. He cannot be held accountable for the unsuccessful completion of the task because he has very little control on the situation. Next point is principle of ultimate responsibility. This responsibility of the higher authority for the act of his subordinate is absolute. This responsibility to his worker to do given a job and the workers commits to a mistake. The supervisor is the one who is the accountable to his superiors. Thereafter, next point is principle of flexibility. The structure of an organization must be flexible. So, the adjustment change the circumstances may be the plan and incorporated in it. Principles of organization. The next point is principle of division of work. The specialization is organizational functions. It is necessary for the most effective attachment. Specialization depends on the division of work and the total activities of enterprise should be divided and grouped into the departmental and sectional activities. So, the next point is principle of discipline. Discipline is the vitally important in all types of organization. It is absence. It is difficult to achieve the success. Next is principle of continuity of operations. This form of organization should be such that it facilitates and continuous performance all the activities and the necessary for the continuance and growth of enterprise. And the next is principle of employees participation. Employees should be encouraged to participate as much as possible in the decision making process. So these were the uh, various points of principle of organizations. Thank you.